to open session at 7 p.m. Could we get a roll call, please, Ms. Johnson?
Trustee Walker.
Present.
Trustee Gallegos.
Here.
Trustee Tejada. Vice President Salahuddin.
Here.
And President Lee.
Here. All right, do we have, let's see, next item, approving the agenda, or any changes to the agenda, Ms. Presta?
Yes, there is. We are going to be pulling item 15B1 because we have the incorrect attachment. So we will bring it back next meeting.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the agenda with that change?
Move to approve the agenda with that adjustment.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item 9A, approval of the minutes, specifically July 18th, 2023. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. And reporting out of closed session on a 4-0 vote, we voted to approve case number 2023-2024/1. Right. Item 11A, board report out. Mr. Walker, would you like to kick us off?
No, but I will anyway. Board report out. The days are kind of mixed together. I was happy to go to the first day of staff returning to work. I learned a lot. I enjoyed myself. It was nice to see a lot of faces. I think that's it for now. It's both a disappointment and a blessing to be back in school as a trustee and as a parent.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of bummed. I missed the staff day that happened. Work just got really busy. But as far as reporting anything, I think for me personally, I have a daughter that's a senior at Jefferson High School. I'm really excited for her in this year and her getting through it and, you know, making that big step into adulthood and having a finish strong. And I'm excited for all the seniors this year and kind of feeling like school's back to normal in a sense. We're kind of past I have a COVID stuff for the most part, I think. And, starting to feel a little more comfortable in my role here as a trustee, but I still feel a little bit overwhelmed at times. So I'm looking forward to putting in more hard work with you guys and getting this year started right. So
thank you.
Yeah.
So similar. First of all, I would like to thank everyone that had anything to do with our welcome back. It was the best welcome back I've ever been to. I really, it was just the mood of everyone in the room, first off, before anyone spoke and said anything, just everyone, how they felt. I understand what it's like to be talked at for hours being a school board member, but it varies, like your experience varies with the information that you're getting. And I felt like everything that was being presented was extremely valuable. And I learned a lot myself being there. So thank you to everyone who worked on that. I was really, really impressed. And then on just another note of starting another school year, every school year presents unique challenges. But again, this is one of the, going into the school year feeling so foundationally secure, which is not something that I felt before in the past. This is a huge change. It's really nice to, come into a school board meeting and not, be stressed out about what's going to happen here, or walking onto different schools and not worry about what somebody really runs to say to me. And I just foundationally, I feel like we're in such a good place, and I'm very proud of us as a district. And I'm looking forward to continuing that momentum. And in that vein, Superintendent Preston and I were at the Daly City Youth Health Center with Congressman Mullen, who asked to come visit us. And he reiterated how impressed he was with how innovative sometimes we're forced to be but we still rise up to the challenge. A lot of people are presented things that are the only options, but they don't step up, and we always step up. So I was really happy to have that meeting today with him, and I hope he continues to come out and see us and learn about how impressive we are. So that's all I have.
Cool. I too attended the welcome back, and I do want to express my deep thanks and appreciation to all the staff, many of whom are in this room, who put this on and made, and Ms. Baca in particular, as I see the hands pointing to her, for the incredible work that was done to organize that day. I agree. That was probably the best one in my years here. And so much that I learned that day as well. And even just it's always fun in that first half hour before it begins, and to be able to just sort of greet everybody and hug folks and to welcome everybody back. It's just so much fun to see what everybody's been doing all summer. So thank you again for a fantastic day and fantastic morning. Also on Saturday, I was able to attend the memorial for former board member Jeannie Matiziak. And it was good to be there to see so many current district employees, as well as a lot of former employees, and everybody there to pay their respects to the work that she's done, not just for JUHSD, but to the larger community as well. And the incredible stories from her family that was shared. So it was definitely an honor to be able to be there, to support her family and to see so many faces I hadn't seen in quite some time as well. So,
okay, thank you. So I want to share that I am so humbly very proud of us too, putting on that welcome back. I'm glad that that somebody shared, I forget who was claiming, shared that just the feeling in the room before everything even started. It really did feel very, very positive. And in our executive cabinet debrief, we were talking about how, people were cheering for different people, and it was just a really good feeling. I'm so proud of our district and proud of the work that we're doing. I'm aware of talking away from my microphone right now, so I'm going to move. Proud of the work that we're doing. And it's days like those where it sets us off on such a great course for the school year. So I'm really excited for the school year. I also, just in talking with colleagues who've been here I've been here for 5 years. I was talking to Ms. Baca, who said that it was, the first day of school was the calmest first day of school that she'd ever seen. I visited all of the school sites along with our executive cabinet, and truly calm, I think, is just the word that expressed all of the sites. Everything ran so smoothly. I believe that students felt welcomed. And there's something to the consistency of leadership at the school sites and at our district level. And just the hard work that we've put in, it's showing. And so super proud of us. Aside from that, I actually have a little written. We don't have the COVID update listed on the board agenda any longer, because most of the time there's really not a lot to report. But since we're just starting the school year and there's a little bit of an uptick in COVID, I wanted to give a little report tonight. So though a new variant of COVID-19 is on the rise, it has not shown itself to cause severe illness. As a district, we've seen a slight rise in reported cases due to the summer activities since returning to school. 15 cases have been reported to the district, and we will continue to update the dashboard with positive cases when they are reported, along with following any guidance from the county and the state. So the guidelines have sort of lessened. I think it's sort of looked at as, just another illness. But we felt that it was really important to keep the dashboard up so that the community can always check in and see, how many cases are here. So with that, I am done.
Okay. And before we jump to the 1481 report, just want to hop back if there are any board subcommittees that want to report out this evening.
Sure. We had our Educational Housing Corporation meeting And we don't really report out on that much, but I do think that I just want to say there wasn't anything super interesting to report out, just that you solve a problem and there's no problems. I think that's what I want to say, that it is a huge help. And I'm so thankful that we have the housing, but I'm also very thankful that we have this separate committee for the different issues that come up and how to mitigate those issues, and also learning how hard it is to be essentially a landlord and having to deal with those type of issues. And so sometimes the decisions are not easy ones to make, but I'm very happy that we have that structure to help us stick within the framework of not only the purpose of the housing, but also the promise that we made to the community when we passed the bond to pay for the housing. So we have a current wait list, which is also very nice. That there was a concern that we thought maybe we weren't going to fill. When we built 122, we're like, we hope we're going to have 122 different members of staff that will live there. And now to have a wait list and know how much it's utilized is also great. So just reporting out that I'm very happy with the people that we have on the committee, and that it's functioning really well as far as I can tell.
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Prescott.
Thank you. I'm speaking out of turn, but you triggered a thought. So 2 thoughts. First of all, we've added a new item to our board agendas, which is the board subcommittee report, because our board works on subcommittees oftentimes, and there wasn't an official place to do that. So thank you, our first subcommittee report. And the second thing that I wanted to say was I've been hearing a lot of my superintendent colleagues talking about how they have multiple unfilled positions as school is starting. And we don't have that problem. And we used to be the leader of that pack. So I think it speaks to, number one, very clearly the fact that we have employee and staff housing. That's, I think, probably the biggest reason, because people can afford to work in our school district and live here. And I also think it's because we are pretty great and it's getting out. Word is getting out. And where our employees used to come here for a couple of years and then go other places to make more money, what we're seeing now is employees coming from our neighboring school district who want to work for us. So just wanted to say that's another piece of good news. So thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right. The AFT 1481 report, Ms. Casey.
I just wanted to say thank you for the welcome back meeting. I didn't realize it had to be green. I just thought it was on. The welcome back meeting was really good. We were supported by the CFT president, Jeff Freitas, and the CFT Classified Council President, Carl Williams, and the CFT TK-12 Council President, Steve McDougall. And having the 2 breakout sessions for Union 101 and site rep training was just so helpful for us. And I appreciate having the space for that time and being able to disseminate that information. Today, we just finished having our first AFT 1481 executive board meeting, and we have several new site reps, which is really nice. So the people that have been there can help the new people learn and continue our fight for union, just not our union, but the unions in general. And one of our new mottos, one of the new mottos is that better working conditions for our staff means better learning conditions for our students. And so you'll hear me say that over and over and over again, because many times people think of unions as being selfish and trying to get better working conditions, but they don't realize the connection. So I just wanted to mention that. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to consent. There a motion to approve consent.
So moved. Motion
Second.
to approve consent.
Second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, item 14. Is there any public comment? Assume there are no blue cards this evening.
With consent, do we want to allow the speaker?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. With the passage of the approval of consent, I want to invite Ms. Jennifer Schoen up to say a few words if you'd like, and welcome her to the district as one of our new vice principals at Oceana High School.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to join JUHSD, and based on the district existing progress in the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, I plan to continue working on closing students' achievement gaps, supporting students' mental health, and supporting students' social emotional well-being. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Now we'll double check to see if there are any blue cards this evening. And I see there's a rash of people running up to want to speak.
There are none. I'm filling in for us.
Okay. All right. So moving on to item 15A1, board policy update BP 3260 fees and charges. Let's see who's, this would be Ms. Basmino, please.
Good evening. Today we have the updated board policy 3260, which includes the outline of the collection of debt for unpaid permissible student fees.
Are there any questions for Ms. Basmino with regards to this? There's no action this evening since it's just a discussion item, but if there's any questions or comments, seeing as there is none, we will move on to, since we've pulled item 15B1, we'll move on to item 15B2, board policy update BP 4257. Also, Ms. Basmino.
BP 4257 is being updated to reflect new state regulations, which requires districts to provide employees with access to the district's injury and illness prevention program, and to add the prohibition against discharging or discriminating against an employee for exercising any right protected by the Occupational Safety and Health Act.
Are there any questions for Ms. Basmino with regards to this item?
No.
No questions. Okay. Thank you very much. I know this will come back up for approval at the next board meeting. Thank you. All right. So moving on to action items. Action item 16A1, resolution 2324/1, 180-day wait period exception for PERS retirees. Ms. Lujan.
Good evening, everyone. The resolution before you will waive the 180-day waiting period that a PERS employee must wait before they can return to work. Our desire is to waive it to bring back Jeanette Jimenez to provide some additional training and support with managing frontline. If the resolution is passed, we can bring her back as early as August 29th.
Did she get a month off?
She got 2 months.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Lujan? And if there are no questions, I will entertain a motion to approve.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Is this a one-time exception?
Great wondering. So this is a one-time exception for this employee. If there was another PERS employee, we could also go through the same process. So we have done this process for a different employee.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I move to approve resolution 2023-2024/1.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Item 17, consideration of future agenda items. Is there anything for a future meeting from any of the trustees?
I have nothing to add.
Okay. Then we can move on to item 18. Is there a motion to adjourn,
Are we going to adjourn back to closed session?
and we will adjourn back to closed session.
Motion to adjourn back to closed session.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned. This portion of the meeting adjourned at 7:21 p.m. Thank you.